Hey everybody, this is Rydo, and we are back with another recording of LEGO Marvel Superheroes. Now, I want to be completely honest and tell you that because of a mistake with YouTube, where the video you're about to see that was originally recorded for this level was lost. And so I've had to actually play the game from the beginning all over again to the 7th of 15 story levels. So I've effectively played the story level almost halfway a second time. My main save game, I've recorded many other videos and I'm much further along in the game with my main save game, but there's no real way to get back to the story mode that you're in when you first start the game so that you can see all the cutscenes. You can see a lot of them, but they drop some of them, and so it's a nightmare. So we're going to be recreating this level from scratch. That's going to probably affect me a little bit in the sense that I'm not going to bother to really try and find mini kits or particularly get True Believer or anything like that, because this is my second game. Anyways, now that you know that, we're going to play the game. Let's continue. The episode after this will be footage from the first save game, and unless something else horribly happens, all the footage going after this episode will be from the first save game. Anyways, let's continue the story.
The final pieces are coming together. Soon you will rule the Earth.
Yes, but where's the power source you promised me? It's all we need.
I know where it is. We can acquire it from the mutants.
The X-Men? Very well. I've planned for every contingency. I'll dispatch some associates to reacquire it.
Brought you something, Professor. Figure this can help us find Magneto.
The only thing I think it will find for us is unwanted attention. Oh dear.
Oh, that doesn't sound good.
And that doesn't look good.
X-Men, do you read me? Our sensors indicate that the X-Mansion is under attack. If you're receiving this message, you should get there right away.
So, first thing I'm gonna do is check the audio. I think the audio is set wrong. Yes, it is. That explains why it's so loud. Sorry about that. Could not change that anymore. So, playing this a second time, it's kind of interesting because you are, after the third level, you are actually in a free roam mode right now. And if you go to any of these multiple shield stations and change characters, you will be in free play mode, which you can activate by holding down the Y button. So this isn't actually part of the level, which means when you try to go back and play this level, you're going to skip the cutscene we just saw and all of this section. This is...
I guess we're not getting in through the front door.
This is
We'll take the side entrance.
like custom...
Calm down and turn those sprinklers on.
it is like a custom free play world. I don't think I could actually leave this section, and this section will never be like this again. So you only get to play this outside section once in the game. Then you have to start a new save game if you want any more. So Jean Grey here has psychic abilities, which I just used without even really explaining, to control Stanley there into opening the door and turning on the sprinklers.
Thanks. I was nearly toast.
Burnt toast.
There we go, we had to save him. Although, this again is not actually part of the level, or it is part of the level, but it's not considered part of the level. What's strange, so, like when we hit start here, we are seeing the overworld savings, save screen, exit screen. So we saved one of the 50 Stan Lees in peril in the overworld, not the specific Stan Lee in the level that we enter once we go inside the building. It's after you see these screens that the level starts.
Officially, Professor Charles Xavier's Institute for Higher Learning is an ordinary boarding school. But the truth is, it also serves as a home and shelter for young mutants with extraordinary powers, collectively known as the X-Men.
Come on, we need to rescue the students.
So this is where the level actually starts. And it definitely feels like they...
Cyclops, Jean, you need to rescue any trapped students.
Yeah, let's rescue the students.
Professor, I sense he's in danger.
Do not worry about me. I am safe in the Cerebro chamber, with an object of great power called the Tesseract.
It feels like they had two teams making levels.
To safety.
Two
The
teams.
escape tunnels are hidden, of course. Find and open them quickly.
Gosh, Professor X has a lot to say. I don't really like how Jean's telekinetics works,
This way, quick as you can.
because it also turns on a shield and slows her down. Does about 3 things with one button. It's just a little too much. But yeah, it feels like they had two teams. One team that was working towards having all of the levels be completely open world. You could access them whenever you felt like it, and you wouldn't have to go in order at all. And then you had another team that feels like that made these more traditional Lego levels that are very custom made, very run from point A to point B. See Deadpool in the top left there screaming for help. We'll see a lot more of Deadpool. And honestly, if you want the truth of it, Deadpool takes up a big part of the game after you do the story mode, more than he really should. It's kind of strange. He ends up being kind of like your prime motivator or leader. Because there's 11 extra levels after the 15 story levels.
There's not much time. Quickly, through here.
So we have these mutant kids helping each other escape.
It's not safe here.
And there's Juggernaut.
On the Juggernaut!
Now, I think Juggernaut is actually like the half-brother or brother of Professor X. But maybe. I think that's what I knew as far as the Marvel comic book universe. And I'm pretty sure he wears the metal helmet to prevent people like Professor X from mentally controlling him, since he's so big and strong enough that not that many people can physically control him. Put X on the bookshelf, get a ticket. Oh, I guess we didn't need to do that. We
Careful, Gene.
just need
It's
to
around
run
here
through
somewhere.
here. I don't think there's anybody here that can grab these things. No.
Smashing!
Grey has a second outfit that I've since unlocked where she plays the Phoenix, and it is kind of helpful because then she can fly. Right now all she can do is kind of hover, but the Phoenix can actually fly, and the difference is whether or not you can ascend and descend in the overworld. Hover creatures can't, and will slowly just glide down towards the ground. So she had to control the worker there, and then uses her shield/telekinetic ability. Two things at once.
Just look at this mess. We need to get through.
So we've got a little bit of gold there. We need Cyclops to do.
I've seen worse than this.
It's worth mentioning also Cyclops and Jean dated in the Marvel comic book for a very long time. And eventually she died, Jean Grey died, and was out of the picture for long enough for him to start dating a different girl named Emma Frost, who really doesn't ever show up in the movies. It's kind of interesting how much of the movies have been...
Put me down, snipe toad.
Storm, are you all right?
So, it's surprising how now that Marvel is owned by Disney and they're only probably really interested in their own Marvel movies. It's surprising. I guess this game was made right in the middle point where before the Avenger movies became super popular. And so half of this story, or about a third of the story, covers the Fantastic Four movies. A third of this covers the X-Men movies, both of which are owned by different companies. And then the last third covers the Marvel movies, which are owned by...
I warned you a storm was brewing.
Which were owned by Marvel itself, well, sort of, since Disney now owns Marvel. It's made by Disney. So the first time I played that was kind of confusing because there was no way to do anything in this room if you did not hit Y and switch to Storm. It comes back up again in this level a little bit. Storm has this ability where she hovers also, and her wind hover power puts out flames. So this is a weird secret entrance that you have to tuck all the chairs under the table. Where are the other chairs? That needs magnetic powers. Looks like I could go out the window almost, but no, that's not the case. Let's try. Breaking some more stuff. We have a bad guy indicator, but I don't see where he is. Where's that bad guy? No, that's not a bad guy, that's the students who we're supposed to save. Let's break this piano. They're totally dancing in no relation whatsoever to the song that's playing. They were very interested in having all the characters dance. I've seen them dance quite a lot in Happiness with solving certain parts. There we go. Now, Storm on the ground, if you hold down B, charges up. You kind of have to hold it a little bit longer than you think. And then you can hold X when you're near one of these to charge him up. Thor can also do that. I haven't seen any other characters yet that can do that. So, the kids are safe again. Now we have to take on the Brotherhood of Mutants. Some more of these guys.
Hello. Come in, X-Men. Is anyone there?
Beast, we read you. What's your situation?
No time to explain. I've locked the school down so the doors won't open. You'll need to force your way through.
Yeah, that makes no sense. Let's see. Have to draw a square the other direction. It wouldn't work the counterclockwise. Connect that. And then charge up here.
I summoned the power of the storm.
Notice whenever she charges, it electrocutes everybody around her to a pretty far distance. There we go. So the point here is they want to integrate and introduce
Bobby, no!
as many
Hot enough for you, Bobby?
pyro bad guys.
This isn't cool.
An Iceman is called, it goes by the name Bobby. So, I can't save Stan Lee here. This is the Stan Lee for this level. As you see now, the menu, the pause menu is slightly different. It doesn't list any of the red bricks or several other numbers and metrics. And the Stan Lee in the lower right corner is the one here. So again, I was confused here the first time I played.
I know what you're thinking.
And you have to do this and cycle into him and then play as Iceman and tap B.
Sorry I gotta be so cold with you, buddy.
And that's how you unlock
That
him.
ice beam of yours. How about you?
Sorry. I think I may have done that the first time I played too.
Juggernaut. Watch out!
So we have Colossus fighting on our side, and against the Juggernaut. I'll use my ice abilities to build a wall.
Juggernaut! This ice won't hold me forever!
And that means I can get up here. Let's see, we need to... Let's try to use this to break this. There's an angel flying away. There's some minifig collectibles that I'll come back when I play all the levels in free play mode. I will play all of these things and collect all the mini kit pieces and such. That's what the numbers are. Is if I get 3 more of those 5, I could potentially I would get a mini kit. And if I get all the mini kits, then I would be better suited. See, we can even come here and try to get near Stanley, but it doesn't help. Let's see. She has the hover ability too. So, if you're trying to power through levels, the trick you can always do in LEGO games, or you can usually do in LEGO games at least, is if you get one character through a doorway, then you're done. So you don't have to particularly like make bridges for the other characters to come. Now, if there are places where you do need to make a bridge, like this for example is a bridge that needs to be made somehow, and I don't remember how. Well, you know, Bobby could use his eyes right there to make the bridge, is how we do it. Just gotta keep an eye out for those water puddles. There you go, make the bridge that way. But I really didn't need to do that, because I could have just done this. Well, I guess I did need to do it because I needed to get the Cyclops. Not the Cyclops, but Cyclops around here so he can laser around these gold bricks. And with that, then I can get to this.
Those helpless children, you must rescue them.
Get a good perspective of what's going on. I think we need Jean Grey over here. She's got to be on the ground to open this doorway, and then I control him mentally and have him come over here and pull the lever. It's kind of odd later on in this series. You're gonna see me in a future episode having to control people mentally to climb the sides of very tall buildings in the open world hub. It's a rather long process for just a little extra puzzle. Most of the extra puzzles in the open world are small, and but those two were rather long.
I'm afraid your attempts to stop me are too late. Failure to hand over the Tesseract will result in the destruction of your precious home.
If you didn't figure it out, the puzzle there was to step on the blocks that were lit up. Jean has this interesting, like, marionette puppet attack. So you just had to step on the ones that were lit up. And another character actually stepped on 2 of them without me. Here I need to elevate Cyclops up there, and then I need to switch over the Cyclops and use him over here. I'm going through this a little bit faster now that I've played it once. That's not super surprising. Ideally, it would be nice if I could always play a game before I start recording it and reviewing it, but it's not realistic to do that in any sense of the way. That would effectively double every single second of my work, and that is something I simply couldn't get away with doing. So you just need to go over here. There's probably an extra area over there, but that'll all be done in free play mode. You can tell Mr. Fantastic is there. Let's see. Let's try Iceman. Maybe that's what we have to do. Oh, yeah. Okay. Jean Grey, tap B to break out of the ice. Or tap X to break out of the ice. There we go, make a bridge. Now we're over here and we need Cyclops up here to open these hinges for us. That's Gambit being
Students are safe.
chased
You must stop Magneto.
by Juggernaut.
We can't keep up. There has to be a quicker route to head him off. Head for the fireplace. We can use the secret passage.
So we have one guy mentally controlling the other guy. I hear chicken somewhere. We're actually shown a lot more X-Men in this level than we actually unlock. You have to run around the main hub world to find some of these characters and unlock them, I'm pretty sure. We'll see at the end how many characters actually unlock, because we've played now as like 4 new characters. So something somewhere over here. What are we missing? Let's go ahead and take this guy out. He's got him barking, and I don't know who this character is though. I can't hit Y to get into him. So he's not a new character to play as. He's obviously supposed to just be there for a joke. Let's see. So I don't see any water. Oh wait, yes, he can hit this with water and ice. Put it out, and that's how you get up here. And then we build a statue or 2. And then we need Jean to place the statues on the right one. Blue feather with blue pedestal, red feather with red pedestal. As you can probably tell, it's been so long since I've played this level, I've forgotten some of it. It's not directly at the tip of my memory.
I summoned the power of the storm.
Charge that storm and charge up this electrical generator. What's interesting is the generators here are sideways to every other way I've seen them in the game. You see a bunch of these in the hub world, and they are always 90 degrees rotated from the way they look right now. Again, more thought in my mind that there was really 2 teams working on this game. It's a big enough game to have at least a couple of teams working on it. And it would explain how the game ended up having 15 story levels and then a large open area that is longer, if not as
Professor
long,
X has agreed to let me care
as
for the
the main
Tesseract.
game, the main story.
He has.
Of course. He knows I'm good with technology.
And he knows you'll double-cross him at the drop of your helmet.
Well, that's no way to treat a lady, Summers. Make sure the children are protected. I'll take care of these 2.
No running in the hallway, please.
He doesn't even look.
How many times must I say it? No running in the hallways! Oh.
So Iceman got knocked out, Beast comes in. So that's 5 characters.
Beautiful, isn't it?
Magneto!
We seem to have upset the natives.
Shiny
Deal
Lego
with them.
minifigs. They're so shiny.
Yeah, we get it.
Alright, so now we just have to take on the Juggernaut. So I assume Beast probably does have claws, which means if there were any claw switches in this level, he could probably activate them. Yeah, I see claws on his hand. No, Iceman's still here. Jean Grey and Beast. It's Cyclops that's missing. So those are minifig collectible things. There's a couple more over here. Might as well get them. I've been avoiding coming over here to the save levels. You have to be on the ground to use your telepathic ability. And you have to be the right distance. As often is the case with a lot of the abilities in this game. You have to be the right distance, and we're gonna see that as he's throwing things at me. I'm gonna have to be far enough away so I can then turn on my shield and my telepathic ability. And if I'm too close, he'll hit me with the squares. If I'm too far away, he won't throw them. And you can see it's not really working. So I think the way I figured out how this finally worked is to hold down B as he's tossing, and then hit it a second time. But I have to hit it a second time and hold it down the second time, I guess. That didn't work either. Yeah, you have to hold it down a second time. And that worked and still didn't hit him. Try that again. So now he's got a box on his head. He's gonna start running like crazy.
I can't see a thing!
So I have to, let's see, take out these guys, I think. Yeah, I think Jean can do some telepathic shots towards these bad guys, or no? No, I have to build this over here, step on this, get another character to hop up on this one, get another character to hop up on the other one. Once the two characters are both there, I think we can do something. Break this and build something cool, I bet. A jukebox, music box.
I can hear you! Ah! What a... Oh!
So, like Venom, music seems to be his downfall. He's sitting in water, so if I can freeze him, that would be good.
I think you need to chill out a little.
Now I can psychically move him. So,
now I'm mad!
and I think he's gonna go back to throwing boxes. Now, even if you know what you're supposed to be doing here, it's not a super fast process fighting the guy with just 5 hearts. And later on in the story, we fight guys with 6 and 7 hearts. It seems like every boss you fight has 1 more heart. Now I can report, since I've already beaten all the main story games, as a slight spoiler, the final boss battle is really long, but done in a very good way, so it does not feel like these boss battles are much at all. Wolverine is the smart one, so he'll be able to activate this door. Tap X. So now we need Jean to assemble it and make it into a alarm clock. Are we gonna get True Believer even though I wasn't trying?
Have some of this! Oh no, not again!
We tricked him again. So as you can see, Juggernaut's not the smartest of the X-Men enemies. Go freeze him and toss him.
Finish this! Now!
He's coming to throw it again. Oh, he threw it, but it made a crane. So we've got to build a controller. Jean Grey's not smart enough, apparently. Jean Grey doesn't know computers. Okay, so now we just play with the crane and we are moving it in the direction of Juggernaut. But it has to follow the square. 1 more X. Have to really get that mouse over the arrow. And we grab it.
No! Put me down! No! Oh, helmet! What have you done?
Fascinating.
Your mind is a blank page, Juggernaut. Now I shall write on it.
Tap X, I guess.
Ah! Out of my head, Charles! Dummy! Jean!
So now that he's under our control, we can do things like this and beat up our own guys as we play as Juggernaut, which technically means we played for 6 characters in this level. And there's still plenty of other X-Men characters. Break the pipes again. And then we go as Iceman over here. So we can freeze him.
Try breaking out of this, big guy.
And Jean Grey picks him up and throws him.
Oh, my stars and garters.
What does that even mean?
I don't know.
Magneto got away.
That is most unfortunate. I think that means we'll owe Nick Fury a few favors.
So that's the end of this level in story mode. How many did we unlock? We unlocked Storm and Beast. Jean and Cyclops were already unlocked. And Iceman. And Juggernaut. And Pyro. So that's a pretty good number. a pretty good number there of levels of unlocked characters. So again, as I said at the beginning, this is my second playthrough. I am considerably further along in the game than this now, but I had to come back and re-record it. I don't get to say Excelsior, but I said it anyways. So, sorry about this whole mess. This is exactly pretty much how all the cutscenes went. I played the level a little bit faster than I probably did the first time, but nothing else really changed. Anywho, as always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. All of that helps me out. If you want to support me, you can click on my name, Rydo. On the right will be a blue button that says support this channel. Click it and make a donation. And if you want a friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.